Hey everybody, welcome back around to the Blog and Grill. I'm your host Doug here with your video blog for July 3rd. 2013 NBA free agency is now underway completely, and the one big free agent still out there is said that he will make a decision come Friday. Dwight Howard, formerly with the Los Angeles Lakers, has talked to the Lakers, Warriors, Mavericks, Rockets, Hawks, even a little bit to the Nets probably, just because Mikhail Prokhorov has to offer him something. And he has yet to make a decision, and really I think right now the best fit has to be in Houston. He can go there, team up with max player James Harden. They have good players in Chandler Parsons, Omar Ashik, Jeremy Lin even. So, I mean, this team could be very good. I think this team is a Dwight Howard away from possibly being a championship contender. But also, I think he could go with the Warriors, too. I think the Warriors are close, too. Then if the Warriors do get Dwight Howard, they can get rid of either Bogut or David Lee and bring in another veteran guard, possibly, to play behind Curry and Klay Thompson. I think he should go to the Rockets. I think he will. Also, I think no state tax in Texas will help out with that. But the real question is, once he signs with somebody, is he going to be done being who he's been the past couple of years? And really, I think it's going to depend on where he goes. I think if he gets out of California, goes to Texas, gets into a good system in Houston, I think his ego will calm down, and he could go back to how he was back in Orlando the past couple, before pretty much 2 years ago when he went a little crazy. So he could go back to that way, and I think he could if he goes to Houston. If he stays in California, he could still be a big-time diva for sure. All right, now it's time to get to the MLB Power Rankings, as we have a lot to get to on the blog today. Coming in at number 5 on the Power Rankings this week are the Texas Rangers at 2-2, jumping up 2 spots as they're back into the top 5. The Cardinals lose 2 spots, and they go to 1-3. They're my biggest loser of the week. They're struggling to hit the ball. Their pitching hasn't been great, and they need to start trying to get back to playing St. Louis Cardinal baseball. A's jumping up 2 spots. They're 3-1 over the past week. They're number 3. The Red Sox in at number 2. They had a 4-1 week, but they drop a spot because the hot Pittsburgh Pirates have taken over the top spot in my MLB Power Rankings after putting in a ridiculous week. They now lead the Central by 2 games, and they have the best record in baseball, led by Pedro Alvarez and young pitchers like Jeff Locke and Garrett Cole. My team to watch has to be the Orioles. The Orioles are creeping up again. They're up to 6th in my Power Rankings, just 1 spot out of the top 5. All right, other Major League Baseball action last night. Homer Bailey threw his second career no-hitter and the second no-hitter in baseball in a row. So he's thrown the last 2. Threw a great game against the San Francisco Giants. They won it 3-0. He threw just over 105 pitches, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk. Just a solid performance for sure by Homer Bailey. And he's starting to maybe legitimize himself as a top-flight pitcher in the National League and in Major League Baseball altogether. The other big story last night in baseball was Alex Rodriguez starting his rehab assignment in Class A Charleston. He went 0 for 2, played 3 innings in the field, grounded into a double play his first time up, and then struck out looking his second time up. Had 2 balls bunted at him. Both guys reached on infield singles, and this starts the clock. A-Rod now has 20 days to get back to the big leagues. And last night watching the Yankees was interesting because we've all heard about their struggles with their third base production. And last night David Adams had 2 hits. Another guy that's played third base, some Alberto Gonzalez, had 2 hits, 3 RBIs, a big defensive play. And really it's starting to become a pre-notion that once A-Rod finally gets back to the bigs, the Major League Baseball is going to jump in right there and implement that 100-game suspension that we have all heard about for so long. So I think it's going to be important for these guys to keep performing well. You hear they're looking at Ian Stewart too to bring him in. They just have to keep performing and keep going. And David Adams really looked good last night. He's had some good at-bats the past couple days, and maybe he can keep it there for a little bit longer. And also Eduardo Nunez could be coming back at some point too. He was 2 for 3 last night in a rehab assignment. All right, as I told you, tomorrow is July 4th, our Independence Day, so hope everybody has a good Independence Day. Time to look at the top 4 July 4th performances in sports history. Number 3, I'm giving it to Jimmy Connors, who beat Jimmy Connors, who beat John McEnroe in the 1982 Wimbledon final, a 5-set pure classic. Number 2, the Brazil soccer team beating the USA 1-0 in a soccer feud forever, the 94 World Cup quarters. Brazil beating them 1-0. And the top performance goes to Dave Righetti of the Yankees, 1983. He throws a no-hitter against the Boston Red Sox. Thanks for tuning into the blog and grill. I'll be back here on Friday with a weekend preview for you. More on Aaron Hernandez, too, as they have found a secret house, a $1,200 a month apartment where he hid some evidence. So they're going to be getting more into that. I'll have more of that on Friday as we'll do an Aaron Hernandez update, a weekend preview, a look at NBA free agency as Andre Iguodala, this is breaking news, Andre Iguodala, formerly of the Denver Nuggets, has signed a 4-year, $56 million deal to go to the Sacramento Kings. So that is big news in the NBA free agency. Follow me on Twitter, YankeeBaller415. Check me out on jbsmooth84.com. Got some good articles and a podcast up there. Comment on my videos. Subscribe to my page. Ask me a question. Thanks for tuning in to the blog and grill. Have a great July 4th with your family. We'll see you back here Friday. See you then.